Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel again. If you are new to my channel, I do teach UI UX here. I'm going to be using Figma to design this. No CorelDRAW, no Photoshop, nothing, just Figma. Figma is not designed specifically for designing flyers, but I've been able to use it to design a flyer. So this is the result on your screen. Right now, I'll be showing you how to get started. So if you are new to my channel, please subscribe, share, and like. Alright, that being said, let us get on with the designing. First thing first, I need to create the frame. So I'll just select this frame, then select A5. Most flyers are A5 size, which is 420 by 595. Okay, another tip for graphic designers, if you are new to Figma, is that you need to show the blade, like the blade size, which is we are just going to have like 20 pixel out of the design, so that whenever, let's say if you print and there's a mistake in cutting, you are not going to cut your design with it. So this is how you are going to do it. You come to layout. In CorelDRAW, what you need to do is just to select ruler from here and just place it on the blade sides. But for Figma, we have something called layout grid. So you click on layout grid here. After clicking on layout grid, you see this grid here. Just click on it and change this to columns. This count is 5. We make it 6. The margin is 0. We make it 20. As you can see, we have margin here. So this is going to be our bleed or print area. The gutter, leave it at 20. I'm going to click on the plus icon again, then change this grid to rows. Count is 5, make it 6. The margin is 20. Leave the gutter as 20. Now we have head and bottom 20 pixel out of the design. That is going to be our bleed area. So these solid areas are going to be where we are going to be doing all our designs. That being said, the next thing we need to do is to draw some shapes. I'm just going to select the pen tool, then I'll draw my shape here, just like that. All right. Okay. Okay, just like that. That is our shape. And that is our shape. What I'm going to do is to, okay, I'll first of all select this frame, then add some solid color. This is white now. I'm just going to change it to black. All right. This our shape. I'm going to select it, then fill it with color. Then the stroke, I will remove it. We can reduce the size. Okay. All right. Let's move it inside our frame. This is it. I'm just going to move it inside. Come in. Move it inside this A5. So the A5, I'm just going to change it to new flyer. All right. Let's select this shape again. Move it up. All right. Let's have it this way. 1, 2, 3. Now, all we are going to do is to duplicate this. Control D to duplicate. Then the upper one, I'm just going to move it like this. All right. So this, we are going to change it to, we are going to change the color, which is this color right here. We are going to change it to this one, which is this. Let me move all the colors that I'm going to be using. These are the colors that I will be using. All right. So this I'm going to change to change that color to this, change the color to that. And as for this, I'll change the color to pure yellow, which I have here. All right, so let me change this to pure white, the background color of that flyer. Select the flyer. Now I'm going to select this, and I'm just going to move this one right here. I double click before I move the node. All right, after moving it that way, I'm just going to change this to gradients. Then this gradient color, I will change the color right here to this. Then I'll move this one up to blend it together. All right, now this is what we are going to have. Now we are going to select these two and we group it together. Ctrl G to group, and I'll say shape. After renaming, just make sure you create components out of this. So click on this to create components. Then you do Ctrl D to duplicate. Then I will just move it down. Then I will click on Shift. I'll press Shift, then rotate. Okay. And I'll place them side by side just like this. Select the both of them. No, this one is enough. Let's place it this way, the same way we did this one. So but what I'm going to do is I will need to reduce the size, and this is the major reason why I created components, so that when I'm using the main component size, it will affect the variant. So sorry, the instance. As I'm working on the main components, the instance will be affected also. All right, so this is what I have here. This is what I have here. All right, that being said, all right, the next thing we need to do is to add this image right here. So I'm just going to select these two, Ctrl G, and I'll name it shapes. All right, after naming it shapes, I'm just going to lock it here, lock it so that it will not move. Whatever you are doing there, it will not move. All right, so I'm going to draw a rectangle on the screen. Just draw the rectangle on the screen, just like that. Now I will need to double click this and just come to this node, select it and move it. All right, just move it that way. Continue moving. All right, just like that. Just like that. All right, I'm going to move this down so that it will be at the back of these shapes. All right, so here I'm going to, from this field, I'll change it to image. So I'll choose the image that I want to use. Should we use this or this? We are going to be using this, which is this one. So let's leave it this way, or should we crop it? Let's crop it. We'll move it. Let me resize it. Okay, let me resize it again. All right. Okay, so I will need to off the layout grid first. Now the next thing we need to do is to add another rectangle tool. Choose the rectangle tool and just place it here. Let's move it up. Make sure it's covering the entire image. So use it to cover the entire image just like that. Now I will change the color to pure white. Then I'll put it at gradient. This should be pure white. Alright, as for this one, I will remove this one to be 0. Just like that. Then I'll move this one up little bit. As for this one, I will move it up so that it will cover just like that. So what I'm going to do, this image, move it up. Okay, this is what I have. Alright, the same thing applicable to this area. I'm going to add a rectangle. Add a rectangle right there. Then I will move this rectangle at the back of the shapes. Double click so that you can move the nodes. Okay. Alright, so right now I'll be choosing another image. Choose another image. Which image are we going to use over there? Let's use this one or this one. Alright, instead of fill, we are going to change it to crop and we'll crop it. Alright, so the next thing we need to do is to add another rectangle tool just like this. Make sure it is covering the whole face and move it down. Okay, now we need to change this color to our main color, our background color. Alright, after doing that, come here and change the gradients. This should be down. And as for this, make it 0. Just like that. Then this one will move it up. Make sure it is almost covering the face. Alright. Okay, now that we have that, if as you can see, this particular shape that I have here is slimmer than the one that I have here. So I'm just going to be reducing those shapes. Come here, select the main shape, and I'll just reduce it. And I'll move it. Move this one also. Then this, I'll going to double click it to move the nodes. Alright, just like that. Move the nodes over here. Alright, now that we are done with that, the next thing we need to do is to select an ellipse tool, draw the shape here, Ctrl Z. This needs to be locked. The shapes needs to be locked. Okay, Now select the ellipse tool. Just draw your shape on the screen. Now after drawing your shape, let me see what's the size of this. This is 120 by 120. Select this, make it 120 by 120, 120 by 120. All right. Use it to cover this area. Then I'm going to duplicate it. Let's see the size of this one. This one is 80 by 8, 88 by 88. Control D. 88 by 88. By 88. Then make sure they are overlapping. Control D this one and move it to this edge. It's 108 by 108. This one is 108. 108 by 108. Right. Now the next one is going to be down. Duplicate the Control D to duplicate them. Okay. Now the next thing we need to do is to add stroke to this ellipse. Just going to come down here, add stroke, then increase this stroke to 10. Make it 10. All right. Then change the color to this color. All right. Let's drop the two. Change the color to that. Now the next thing we need to do is to let's reduce this one a little. What we are going to do now is to add drop shadow. And now the drop shadow is not going to spread too much. 0. Okay. Then the blurry, make it blurry a little. Okay. Now to add the same style to all these ones, I'm just going to right click, then copy and paste as copy properties. Select this one, paste properties. This one also copy properties, paste properties. Do the same thing to this one, paste properties, just like that. All right. So the next thing we are going to do is to select this and just come to the fill color here and change the image to this. Instead of fill, crop it, crop. Just move this one here. All right, that's okay. Then the next one is this. Just going to select it and add an image. Let's add this woman's image. Crop it, move it. Okay. As for this, select, add an image, and this image, crop it. Then this one also crop. Image crop, bring it down. Okay, now the images are done. As you can see, this is exactly what I have here also. Now what's remaining now is I need to add an icon. So I'll just come here, plugins, iconify. The icon is loading. I'll select this. Alright, I'll just move it here. Control Z. Move it here. Increase this. Change the color to yellow. Z. Change this color to yellow. Sorry, to background color. Change the color to a background color. Okay, this is where the address is going to be. Now the next thing we need to do is to have some text. Add some text. It's Aquila. Select all. Increase this text to something like, let's see if it is 40. Don't forget we have layout grid to make sure everything we are designing is in line. So I'm just going to select this layout grid, this one, move this one here to be sure of that. All right, this one also, this one, then this one. I'm going to move this up, move it up. Let it be the one on top. All right, move this one up. This is going to be bold. Let's see, what's the size of this? This is 48. 48. 48. Make sure, right? I'm going to duplicate this. I'm just going to add creative design, select all, from bold make it regular. I'm just going to capitalize everything, and then I'll reduce the size to 16. Yeah, 16 is okay. Just move it down. 20, make it 18. Select the bolts. All right, that's okay. That's what we have here, right? Now I'm going to be writing some text here, but first thing first, let me off the layout grid, and this is what we have. Okay, I have something like offering training on, this one is 20, this one is 24. All right, it's going to add offering, this is 20. and this is regular. Control D, training on, make it medium or bold. This one's 24. Okay, the next thing for us to do is to draw a little bit of shape here. For it's just going to be a bullet. All right, the shape is 9.95, 9.95, 9.95 by 9.95. All right, so um, then I'm just going to list out the what they are offering here. Let's say makeup training. Let's be sure. All right, makeup training. This is 10. The font size is 10. That's 10. That's 10. The offer makeup training. So I'm just going to place this one here. Then I'll select the two. Shift A to add auto layout. Make sure this one is centralized. This one, I'm going to change it to yellow. And the text also, I'll be capitalizing it. All right, makeup training. Then I'll duplicate this one. Control Z. Make this one a component. Convert it to a component. Then I'll duplicate it. Move it down. Select the two. Shift A to add auto layout to it. Then select this one. Duplicate it multiple times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just going to remove this one. The last one. I've removed the last one. So I'll be drawing a rectangular shape here. Which is something somewhere around here. I'll double click. Select these two nodes. Then make the angle, the corner radius is going to be 50. All right. So I'll change this to pure white. Then I will duplicate it. Move the one, sorry. Make it smaller than this. I'm going to duplicate it. Oh, it's the color that is duplicating. Select duplicate. Move this one here. Then change the color of that one to yellow. That's exactly what I have here. Just going to move this one up. And this is discount. So I'm just going to come here and see what I have here. Ctrl D to duplicate that one. Just move it down. It says 10% discount for first 5 people. So I'm just going to make this yellow to cover all the discounts. Then to make our video fast, I'm just going to duplicate these ones. Ctrl D to duplicate them. Move them down. Okay, for this one I'll duplicate it also, just move it to the front. Ctrl G, and I'll name it contact. As you can see, this one is 80%, and make it 90. The opacity is 80%, I'll make it 90. Then there is another thing right here, this one. So this is the height is 90. I'm just going to select a frame and I'll draw it here. I'll make it 90 by 90. This is 90 by 90. Then the corner radius is going to be 50. Then I'll add fill color to fill it. And it says admission is ongoing. Just going to duplicate this. Admission is ongoing. Put it inside this place. As you can see, the admission is ongoing is 10 pixel. All right. This is makeup training. I'm just going to add some generic text here. Let's say they have Gile tying. All right. What else can we have here? Um, Let me just say another feature. Another one. You can add as many things as possible over here. Then the next thing we need to add is this. And that is the address. So this area also, I need to make sure that I am respecting the blade over there. Okay, then this one also bring it down. Okay, I think this area is too white. I'm just going to add an eclipse over there. Draw this eclipse. Then we'll add this color there. Let's off the, and this is what we have. You can redesign it to your taste. You can make it as beautiful as you can. So we've come to the end of today's tutorial. So if you like what I just did, please don't forget to subscribe, share this video, turn on the notification bell so that whenever I'm dropping a new video, you'll be notified. Don't forget that. All right. Okay. Bye, guys.